Hi there, my name is Devinder. I'm the founder of East West Pizza in Tufnell Park. We've been here 4 years now. People often ask me, like, how did you come about with this concept? I'll tell you, it was a complete fluke. We initially were meant to start a fine dining Italian restaurant with partnership with a restaurant in Bari, which we used to love as a family. We used to go there almost once a year pre-lockdown. So that was really our favorite stop. So I thought, why not have a restaurant like this in North London? So we started the conversation. Unfortunately, the partnership didn't quite work out, but I fell in love with this site here. So we're here in Tufnell Park right now. And I love this site. I live 5 minutes from here, so it's very local to me. So I thought, I took the lease and I thought I'll figure out what to do with it. Don't do that. No, that was not a good idea. But we did it anyway. Me and my wife kind of started playing around with it a little bit. We had a pizza oven to experiment, so we thought, why don't we do like Indian flavors on pizza and see if it works out. So she made the sauces initially and we just marinated some chicken in our sauce. And we thought it was quite good. So based on that very little research, we decided that we're going to open this Indian Italian restaurant, which is East West. It was not a good idea, I'll tell you at the beginning. It wasn't something, I didn't do much research. I'm a mechanical engineer by trade, so when I actually went in, I didn't really know much about restaurants in terms of what it was, so we didn't get everything right at the beginning, but here we are anyway. So the idea was, like I said, just things which I like, pretty much. It was like, I like this food and hopefully others like it too. And thankfully it's kind of worked out nicely, and 4 years later we are busier than we've ever been, and touch wood, hopefully continue that way. Challenges of where do I begin? We opened 3 weeks before the first lockdown, so that was very interesting. We had really good feedback at the beginning. We did okay, but obviously the lockdown didn't really help because people just retreated to where they were comfortable. You know, there wasn't any options for people to go out, and you couldn't see a busy restaurant. I mean, most of the restaurants you go to, you say, is it busy? Like, yeah, I want to go there. Or it's a bit quiet on a Friday evening. Yeah, I don't want to go there because you're not sure. So you trust the places that you go to. But with lockdown, we were completely empty. There was nobody in here. So it was really difficult for us to get people to accept that what we were doing was worth trying. That was the biggest challenge at the beginning. I mean, lockdown didn't really help. But for me, it was always been trying to accept people that what we're doing is something which is very, very unique and different, is worth investing their time and money in. But once they try that, get past it, it's been really quite nice to see the feedback. But unfortunately, we were getting good reviews at the beginning and we were getting a lot of good feedback about the food, but we still weren't converting enough people to come in to actually buy the products. And it doesn't matter how good your product is, if nobody's buying it, it's not really viable. We were all, Mirza joined me, I think, just April 2021, and we're just close to reorganize the kitchen and the front of the house. And at that point, we were actually ready to close. So after about a year of opening, we were ready to close. But then a Ricochet contacted me about this program, said, would you be interested in taking part of this BBC program we're doing for BBC, which is going to be Britain's Top Takeaway, and it's going to be focused on pizza takeaways. And I was like, sure, please count me in. For me, I did it for two reasons. Number one is the exposure. The second one was actually for me to find out whether it was really worth continuing with East West Pizza. So I wanted to go there, and if it did well, then I know it was worth continuing. And if it didn't, then I was like, okay, people are just being polite, that they didn't want to give negative feedback during COVID and stuff. But when we actually went in there, we were quite surprised to actually finally win it. So that was amazing. That was probably one of the best things that happened to us. So when we went to do this program, we were quite surprised to find out we actually won it. We had really stiff competition, and it was really nice to be able to come away from that feeling, yeah, it's worth it, it's worth continuing. And we came back and we switched some marketing around, which was quite poor at the time. We didn't really, again, I didn't really know what I was doing. So for me, that was the best thing that happened too, was winning the competition, because number one, it let me know that it was actually worth continuing, and number two, it also gave people who were coming here regularly validation when they were start telling their friends. It wasn't just here's Indian pizza. No, here's Indian pizza who actually won the best pizza top takeaways in Britain. So that was a really positive thing that happened to us, and we probably wouldn't be here without it for sure.
How much more time do you need?
Which one?
The
Flour or
15 minutes.
how long?
More time do you need?
How many minutes left? 5 minutes.
I mean, if you want to talk a bit more about highlights, I would say for me it's the personal touches. I mean, just last week on Sunday, I want to say we had a customer come in. We're doing this thing called Punjabi, where we actually just serve Punjabi dishes in lunchtime and so on. So this customer, she tried some of the food and she goes, "This is literally the best food I've had since my mother passed away." I mean, how do you top that, really? I mean, getting those feedback back from these customers is pretty much why I do it, really. It's really incredible. For me, when I started this, we love food. I mean, personally, me and my wife both big foodies, but it was a business. But it's kind of turned into a bit more than that now, with the feedback I get regularly, and it's just really reassuring, reaffirming to hear what you're doing is in the right direction, is going in the correct direction, and it's actually making people feel good about themselves. We get messages from all over the places like, "This was literally the best food we ever ate, and this could be my last meal," and so on. So for me, those small little details are so much better. Yeah, I mean, we don't really go for awards and stuff particularly because, again, it's really hard to find a category where you fit in. Whether do you go for a pizza category, do you go for a curry category, where do you go? So I don't really go for any sort of awards. For me, they're nice to have, they're really important because, again, validation is so good. But I personally prefer to just hear these little things. It just makes me so happy, really. I love it. Let's talk about bestsellers at East West. When we started off, we sold a lot of CTM. That's the chicken tikka masala pizza. So we sold a lot of them. But right now, I would say we're probably going through a hell of a lot of afterburners. This is one of my favorite pizzas at the moment. It used to be pickle, but it's afterburner right now. It's just a perfect blend of spice. In terms of vegetarian food, we sell a lot of makhni paneer. It is one of my favorite pizzas on the vegetarian menu. It just blends everything together so nicely. We've got the Italian dough, we've got fior di latte, we've got the butter sauce, which is so creamy and mild. Then you've got paneer, roasted peppers, onions, and then finally topped it with a green pesto. So it just brings the Indian-Italian connection so close together. It's really, really nice pizza. Small plates are crispy corn. That is literally my favorite thing on the menu. I say it's like crack. You start and you just can't stop. Mirza is incredible with meat dishes. I mean, I think if you were to try the Malai chicken here, it would just change how you view chicken. It's just so incredible. The sauce, we use a Malai sauce, but we add ricotta to it, which just takes it to the next level. The lamb chops, we've been doing it for about 4 years, and I think we got it just right. We also have a very interesting vegetarian/vegan menu at East West. It kind of worked out organically because these are the things we used to eat when I was growing up. So for me, the menu was about, again, things I liked and we ate as a child and how you convert that into a restaurant food. So, and we didn't used to eat a lot of meat when we were in India. It's quite poor. We used to eat meat once a week, so, and it's quite expensive. So it was always about having these vegetarian dishes. So when we actually started doing the menu for East West, it just lends itself very nicely to it. So currently we probably have about 60% of our menu is vegetarian dishes. And I would say actually we're probably one of the few restaurants we sell meat, which is predominantly catered to vegetarian. I think in the last 3 months or so, we've had about 75% of our orders are vegetarian food, which is quite incredible to me. I mean, we didn't set out to do this, but it is really nice to see that, we're making a change, and we're adapting, everybody's adapting these days. So it's nice to be able to contribute that in a positive way.
They were quite happy with it.
One of their cases was on another restaurant.
One of the main reasons why the food at Eastward works so well together is because we don't really take any shortcuts. So when we do the Italian side, we actually commit to it and do it really how it'd be done in an Italian restaurant. We have two lines in a restaurant. One is the Indian side, which I manage, where we make the dough from scratch. So we use caputo rosso, which is Italian flour, and the process is very simple. Just flour, water, yeast, and salt. That's it. Nothing else. Pretty much how it'd be done in Naples. And then we actually do the Indian side, which is manned by Mirza, so that he does look after that section. And it's done exactly how it would be done in India, actually very particularly Punjab. So the sauces, the flavor profile is how it would be done in Punjab. And when we combine it together, we do it very delicately, so it's not like just throw a bit of chilies here, a bit of that. We actually combine it afterward, we deconstruct all the elements of the dish, and then we put it back together on a pizza. And people appreciate it, and that's why it works so well. We're probably not the first to do it, I won't lie to you, like Indian pizza. But the way we do it, I don't think anybody else is doing it at the moment, which is why it works so well and hopefully continue to. That's spicy at all, so CTM, so we go with that. Biggest lesson I would take away from this is it's all about people. It's honestly, you have to surround yourself with the right people, and that makes life so much easier. One of my motto in life has always been we should be busy but never stressed, and it's really hard to do that. But if you have the right people around you and you're working together as a team, that makes life so much easier, because you might be busy, but we always jump in. So if somebody's busy in the front, I'm running the food. Somebody's busy in the back, we're jumping in each other, helping out. So for me, it's just look after your people and they look after you. Simple as that. It really is simple as that. What am I grateful for? I have an incredible family. My wife, she's been with me. We were married 15 years and she's always supported me. We work together very well as a team. We have a couple of kids. Unfortunately, my older kid has severe autism. My younger kid is 12 now. But despite all their difficulties, my wife has never wavered in her support for me here at East West. I mean, I was working 16, God knows how many hours there at the beginning through our lockdown, and it's not been easy. So I guess what I'm most grateful is for my wife Manpreet, really. Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't think we'll be here where we are without her. Absolutely not.
3 minutes should be fine. Yeah. That's our Naga chicken.
People often ask me, what are you going to do next? Why don't you open one here, there, and everywhere else, kind of thing? And I say, I would love to, but right now we've had 3 very difficult years at the beginning. The last year's been quite steady, and so I just want to enjoy it for a while. For me, my current goal is to actually just have a better work-life balance. I've started to miss my kids a little. I think they miss me a lot. So my wife does come in, thankfully. We have a wonderful nanny, so she comes in and we can get a break. We can do late nights together here. But I think my current goal right now is to just have a better work-life balance, spend more time with the family, and just see where it takes us. We've got some really good people looking after the restaurant. So, and if I can find some more better chefs, who can actually keep up with me, yeah. And that'll be really interesting. So then I can actually spend a bit more time with them, and we'll take it one day at a time. People say to me quite often, this is genius. I say, well, stupid, you can say it. It was pretty stupid when I did it. And they said, yeah, you're actually right, because how do you explain a butter chicken arancini? You really can't. It wasn't really my dream, that I wanted to create this stuff. For me, it was a business at the beginning, but it's turned into something else over the years. So my message for this, I guess, is to never give up, really, I guess, on what you set out to achieve. Just do your best. For me, it was mostly about, yeah, you might not work the first time. We almost had to, this is probably East West 3.0, we had to reinvent ourselves 3 times, first in terms of the dishes, the names and so on. So sometimes when things don't work out, don't just give up, just keep trying, but try it in a different way. You don't necessarily have to keep repeating the same patterns, but persistence, I guess, it pays off in the end.